All right, guys, let's look at this question. We have the same question here that we've kind of been addressing over the last several reviews. What change, if any, should be made to the highlighted words? When we are asked about looking at a section of words or a word or even a sentence, we know to read above, below, highlight clues, and think about what we know to make our best decision. So I don't need to just look at this, because if I only look at what's highlighted, I'm going to miss out on what's going on around the sentence, which is going to help me make my choice. So I need to probably start right up here at the beginning and read down to this period. Or you could reread the whole paragraph. That's totally fine, but you do need to read around the word. It says, delicious smells waft in from the kitchen where my dad is cooking an herb and veggie stew. All right, so we need to focus on this part right here. Dad is cooking an herb and veggie, well, just an herb and then and veggie. One thing I want to address, this throws kids off sometimes, this word, and. We use this word instead of a, my dad is cooking a herb and veggie stew. We use an when the next word is going to be a vowel. Now, we're like, Miss Megan, H is not a vowel. You're right, but H is silent. We say herb. It is starting with a vowel sound. So an is what is used, okay? Because the next word starts with that vowel sound. Dad is cooking an herb and veggie stew. So let's look at this section here, this highlighted section. Dad is cooking an herb. All right. We can go with no change. Everything else I'm seeing down here has commas in it. So we have to ask ourselves, do I need to separate anything here? Delicious smells waft in from the kitchen, comma, where my dad is cooking an herb and veggie stew. I like the way that that's separated. The first part of the sentence, where the comma is right after kitchen, it's telling me that you can smell what's coming out of the kitchen. That's one idea. The second idea is that dad is making a stew. And we have that subordinating conjunction in the middle where that combines the two clauses. Okay, remember we learned about that a little bit before we went to Thanksgiving. And so we have to ask ourselves, do I really need any extra commas? Right here, look at this one. Let's plug this into the sentence. And remember, anytime you see a comma, pause. Delicious smells waft in from the kitchen where my dad is cooking an herb and veggie stew. Does that even make sense? No, those are random pauses that I would not do if I was talking in a normal sentence. Okay, let's look at the next one. Delicious smells waft in from the kitchen where my dad is cooking an herb and veggie stew. Make sense? No. Okay, let's look at the last one. Delicious smells waft in from the kitchen where my dad is cooking an herb and veggie stew. Should I pause after dad? No. Kiddos, this doesn't need any change. This sentence is perfect the way that it is, so the best choice here is A. I do not need to separate anywhere other than right after kitchen. It is two clauses combined with a subordinated conjunction, and that is all I need.